let's go back to Saturday. What were you guys doing when you realized, you know, the search is on for you guys?
Well, all started Friday. We left Friday. We were driving to Utah, and we left around 12. Around 5, I called my brother Juan Montes to let him know where I was at.
5 o'clock Friday.
Friday. And I let him know where we were at, and I told him that we're gonna go up to the hills. We talked about some other stuff, and I might not have reception. He wanted to come out there too, so I told him if anything, just leave me a message, and as soon as I get service, I'll call you. The next day, well, we got there, we set up the campground, we did all that stuff. We ate, kids running around, but at the campground we don't have service because you're in the middle of nowhere. The next day, we went out for a trail ride with the ATVs. We went out for a trail ride, and I was able to get signal. That's when I read you wanted for murder for my son, and my son was in the back seat of the Razor, and I kidnapped my other son, Eden Montes, and he was right next to me. He was actually reading the message too. Yeah. So when all this happened, we pulled over. After like an hour into the trail, we pulled over, and I called his mother, Karina Cisneros. We called her mother and let her. No, Karina Cisneros is the 8-year-old. There's 2 kids involved. There's an 8-year-old, and then there's a 12-year-old. That's Eden, is a 12, and the 8 is Daniel. Mm-hmm. So we called the one that I killed, the 8-year-old, and we told him, you know what, he's with us, everything's okay. She asked questions to Daniel. What's your name? How old are you? Who's your grandma? He answered them. She said a FaceTime, but I didn't have enough bars to let him do FaceTime. So I left it alone like that. She said, okay. And then she said, go turn yourself into Metro or to a police foreman. I told him, you know what, I can't because I'm in the middle of nowhere. So my thought was that was good enough. I left it like that. We kept on trailing. We get to a little town. When we get to this town, I was ambushed by all types of law enforcement, snipers, you name it, it was there waiting for me. My kid was snatched from me. The other kid was snatched. Daniel and Eden was snatched from me. My group that I was with was detained and arrested, and everybody was under arrest. Next thing you know, I was stripped down, naked almost, I can say. They asked me questions, where are my kids, why did I murder my kids? I'm like, you have my kids.
Police asked you that?
Yeah, well, the person in charge of the police officer, I'm like, you have my kids. I kept on saying, you have my kids. They were taken somewhere else. I don't know where they were taken at the moment. And after that, about an hour and a half later, they were able to come back and we were able to talk again.
What time was this around? Because alerts went out Saturday morning. And then what time were, I guess...
When I called, the first time that I called, that Karina Cisneros, it was about around 11, between 11 and 12.
Got it. And then you realize like your face is all over.
Yeah, I mean, my mom was crying, my family is texting me, turn yourself in. My brother was trying to find me all the way to Utah to fix this problem, you know what I'm saying?
What was your initial reaction when you opened your phone, you see all these like notifications and text messages and phone calls, you know, waiting for you?
I was in disbelief, like I couldn't believe someone accused me like this. This is not my personality. That's not me. My sons know that this is not me. This is why I'm doing it, you know, because of my sons. I want to go on social media. I want to let people know that's not my style. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. I love my kids. I do anything for my kids. This was for my kids. We were camping for my kids.
Your relationship with Eden and Danny's mom, they were really, you know, quick to judge you. Can you talk about that relationship?
All I have to say, we have communication for my kids. I respect them, they respect me, but I think they jumped the gun. They knew they could have done a different way, and they know who I am, and they know that I will never harm my kids. I can't speak for them because I don't want to speak bad or good about them, but I'm not going to speak for them. But I can speak for myself that I will never hurt my kids.